Hello everyone. Good evening. This is Lena with Especially Made for Me. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm thankful for you to be here. Thank you for showing some support by being here and watching this tutorial. Hope you've invited some friends and family and shared the link already. If you haven't, please do and give thumbs up. If you haven't also subscribed, please also subscribe. That helps out our channel a lot, just by even sharing the link and doing thumbs up and just having some comments, just participating, I guess. Some questions and good comments and things like that. So it makes it so much more fun when we have some interaction going. So please do that. We're going to be working on it can be called a swag, could be used as a centerpiece. It is mainly used for top of mailboxes. Some folks make some specifically for tombstones, but it can use it. It's very diversified as to how this can be used. We're going to be using a 25-inch saddle form, and I think they call it's a double wire saddles form according to this, to the little ticket that comes with it. Sorry about that. I don't know what just fell. So anyways, we're going to be doing one so it'll have some spring colors. So I'm going to share some of the items we may be using. I have the battery to my Ryobi glue gun I'm charging, so that hopefully by the time we're ready for that, we'll be able to do some florals on our swag as well. So I have some florals here to match the theme. We have, let me show you our main ribbon here. It is a 2.5-inch wired ribbon, and it's got some butterflies on it. So I'll probably just change the view of the camera so you can see things a little bit better on here that I have on the table. And we'll go from there. So let me go ahead and do that. Excuse me here. There we go. Excuse me. Let me move this out of the way. I don't think I'll be needing the mouse for anything. So let me show you that ribbon again, because it's kind of, so you can see the butterflies on it. So it's mainly, got some purples and lavenders and the white on there, and some of the dark green for the little leaves is what it's got on there. So we are going to, of course, got to add a pop of color. And we are doing spring, so I have some other ribbons that have the same colors, the same purple and lavender, some lime. And originally I thought, since our frame has, the purple lavender colors, that I might use a lime colored mesh. And then I thought, well, that, our florals have some greenery on it. I think we may have just enough green with all this green stuff on it. So these are picks from the dollar store, the Dollar Tree. And these have already these little foam bowls already attached to them, and they have them in different colors. So we're going to probably be using some of these just to kind of add a little bit of the yellow and a little bit more white and more of that lime, that little green. And then our florals, we have a darker purple, kind of like more like lavender, and then we have a lighter one at the tip, which of course are leaves. And then we have, if I can move these over, we have the same style of florals in white, and then the tip is lavender. Let me see if I can show you that on my palm of my hand. I can see that a little bit better. Just to kind of add a little bit of white, but still have the lavender. And here's that other ribbon I was mentioning. It's got our lavender, got a little bit of the yellow and some pink and white. So we'll be able to play these in with our other pop of color. We also have some polka dots. Gotta have some polka dots. So we'll be adding that as well. Haven't gotten to cut any of the ribbons or done anything, so we're gonna be doing everything from the beginning together. So normally I try to have things cut if I'm able, depending on work schedule and all of that stuff that we have going on. And if not, we just kind of go with it, right? So I hope you're doing well today. If you're just joining us, we're going to be doing a mailbox swag, which can be used also as a centerpiece. Get that in the trash. Okay, So we're going to be doing a combination here. I like kind of doing more than one method with my wreaths and swags and things like that. So we're going to be mixing it up. And we'll decide. Kind of undecided still between curls. I've been going curl crazy lately. Good day, Miss Monica. How are you? So we'll decide. I'm thinking still curls, but I might switch it to doing some ruffles. But we're going to start with our poof method so that we can fill in our base here. I'm going to show you, it's got these little rubbers on there that can be moved. You know, if you use them on your mailbox, it's to kind of help prevent scratching. And then, of course, you can wrap it around because these bend down. So not to worry if it looks kind of straight, you know, it's got these pointy things here. You can bend these down once it's all said and done. Doing well, doing well. Kind of feeling a little out of breath. I don't know why. I've kind of been rushing all over the place today. But doing good, doing well. Can't complain. How are things in your neck of the woods? Alright, just doing my usual gathering of the mesh here. You can do this any kind of way, just as long as you're gathering your edges. And I should have gotten my zip tie first. Let's do that. I like using the zip ties just to secure the mesh. Just for some extra security. Good, glad you're doing well. Kiddos busy doing homework? Okay, now I'm going to do just to secure it here is just tie the zip tie on here right before our stem. And this will be buried underneath because we're going to have more swag coming across. So don't worry about that. We can cover that up. I'm just going to cut some of this excess just to make it even. Alright, so we're going to be doing some average size poofs here. Again, this is just our filler. Just open up. Well, I just skipped one. Hold on. Just notice what I did there. I would say maybe about 4 inches. And then just make this nice and tight. You wish? They're not doing homework? Is that what that's about? Oh. Okay, so I'm just opening up the poofs as I go. You can do this all at the end once you have everything, all your mesh all on your form. Entirely up to you. The last time I did one of these was like a patriotic style, if I remember correctly, so it's been a while. And I can't remember what methods I used with that one. Okay, last one on this side, and then we're going to go on to the other side. So we're basically doing the same thing as we would on a wreath. It's just that the shaping is a little bit different. Okay, then we're gonna go across to the other side. I'm just making sure it doesn't grab this metal on this side on the bottom. And we're just gonna turn it and continue on. Just regathering my ends here. Like making sure they're in the middle. Now with these, if you want to use them as a centerpiece on the table, you could also put like some floral styrofoam right in the middle and make an arrangement right in the middle, since it's got the middle section here, and then attach it to your middle bars. Excuse me. Looks like we'll have just enough to finish. Yes, I'm using remnants. Gotta use them up. Can't just throw them away. Gotta find projects to use them up. Try not to pull on all the staples. This one's got staples instead of tape. I want to make sure it doesn't snag our mesh. Okay, so if you're just joining us, we are doing a mailbox swag, which I like making these because they have so many different uses. Of course, they can be a centerpiece at a table. We can use them, of course, on the mailbox. Some make special arrangements for tombstones and use these since they can be bent. So definitely lots of different things you can do these. Use these for, I guess is what I should say. This is actually purple. I know on my screen it kind of looks blue as well now that I'm looking at the camera, so I'm glad you asked. This is a purple metallic mesh, and we have some purple and lavender florals and some other florals and stems to use to kind of make it real springy. Is that even the proper way of saying all that? Okay, so on this one, let me go ahead and gather the stems. Coming across, and I think to make it easier, I might actually cut this one off and do one for both. So let's see. Oops. One of the zip ties. Yep, I already took one out. Haha. So all I'm going to do is gather them together and then use my zip tie to keep them on that form. And I have to play with the settings on my computer. I know it varies based on the, what is it, the settings on the screen for everybody's computer or TV. So even if I adjust it here, depending on the settings on your end, the colors might still look a little bit different. Alright, so just making sure again that our poofs are fully open. That'll give us more coverage. Okay. So I am thinking we have 10 stems here, 5 on each side. So we're going to start cutting our other mesh. Okay. And I'm still thinking, I don't know, I might go ahead and do ruffles. I've been doing curls for a while, but I've been enjoying the curls. I'm gonna make sure we do something different today. So we'll change it up. Can you tell me I'm still deciding? I've been going on a curl kick lately. I don't know why. Just, I guess because I had not used them for a while. So it's like now I want to use them a whole lot. So I'm trying to decide. I think I am going to go with curls. Sorry about that, y'all. Don't mean to be indecisive. So we're just going to need 10 pieces. When I'm cutting them at 10 inches. So if you have one of these boards, self-healing boards, makes it easier for the cutting because you're not having to measure over and over again. So we have purple and a fuchsia type color. Let's see. Okay, one more will be ready. Just gonna go to my 20 mark here. All right. So we're gonna be doing some curls and adjusting our ribbons. We don't have to do any alternating because this is our only other color, but we will be alternating, and I meant with mesh because normally I have multiple mesh when we do this for the curls, but we do have to alternate our ribbons. So we have purple, lavender, fuchsia, a little bit of the lime, and the green on the leaves. And we have some polka dots. some flowers on the ribbons, and then of course we have our picks, and this one's got butterflies. I'm gonna cut these at 12 inches, pretty much our standard. And the key to cutting your ribbons or your mesh is knowing how many stem pieces you have. And if you're alternating ribbons, then you gotta decide which one you want to use as your main ribbon, because then that means that one will be at every stem versus the others. Depending on how many you're using, you'll be alternating them, so you'll be needing less. Okay, for my beginners out there, we're going to be doing some dovetailing on our ribbons. And all that is making sure all of your ribbon is together. You're going to fold in half, and we're going to cut from our folded edge diagonally towards that corner. And that'll give you that dovetail. Okay. Just makes it a little bit more dressed up. Now you can do a diagonal cut or just leave them flat, entirely up to you. You go by your preference. Looks like spring, yes. I was trying to make up for doing a little bit of summer last time. But I thought with the bee theme it could be, you know, kind of in between. So I kind of skipped and I figured, okay, let me do something spring. I almost did a garland with more florals like we did sometime last year. It's like, I know those take a little while, so. I thought about maybe adding even more yellow, but I wanted the yellow to be a little bit more subtle. Okay, just doing more dovetailing. Monica, I meant to tell you, I don't know if I got to tell you yet, I saw your posting on using the Valentine kit, the Valentine's Day kit. I loved how you made that wreath. It was beautiful. Okay, just one more, and we'll start putting things together. And if our battery for a glue gun is not ready to roll, we'll just position things where we want it. So we'll see how it's going to look. Adapt and overcome, right? Same thing with our smaller ribbon. We're going to dovetail. so glad you loved it. I loved your wreath. It was just beautiful. All right. Here we go. So I am going to do some curls. And all we do is just kind of roll up our mesh in the same direction it wants to go. That's all that is. So we will be alternating our ribbons. And I'm just going to gather here in the middle. You can judge your middle by just kind of do it by side. Spot checking type of thing. Or you can fold everything in half to determine where your middle is at and then scrunch it. Entirely up to you. And since our flowers are going to be glued on here, our florals, I'm just twisting everything and going to be using our stems to put things in. And then here you could decide which way you want your ribbons to go. You can crisscross them or do a top and bottom, both of them on the top, both on the bottom, or alternate, however you'd like. I like spreading the colors around. Okay, so on the next one, we're going to have purple and purple. Now with this one being smaller, it's going to go on top of our curl. That will be the only difference. Okay, so I'm just making sure it's nice and tight, and I'm just turning it. And then here, just repositioning our ribbons. And to curl it, just run your fingers on the bottom, have some, like one on the bottom, and then the others on top. Kind of like what you would do with scissors when you're trying to do the streamers, but you're using your fingers instead. And you could do that before or after you put it on your wreath form. No wrong way of doing it, so don't let yourself be stressed with that. No rules, no rules. Let me show you the other way that I was mentioning. If you fold it in half, then you know automatically where your center is at. And then you could scrunch it right on your fingers, in between the fingers. Oh yes, I kind of switch back and forth. I've done it that way as well, to do the curls first and then the ribbons on top. Kind of found, just wanted to do something different, I guess, when I did it. The first time I tried it this way, I thought, hey, this still works. And it kind of highlights the curl more. And you still see the ribbons because the ribbons still stand out. Did I do that? I did my zigzagging wrong. Let me switch that so we can see more of the pink on that side. There we go. So we won't have too much purple. Alright, so our next one will be the polka dot. And that one being smaller will be on top of the curl. They're still trying to give me a fit. Okay. Okay, last one on this end. We'll switch on over to the other side. Now, if you find that you don't have enough stem, you could also untwist your stem where you gathered your mesh and then put your ribbons and your curls together with it and then redo your tie. Okay, onto the other side. Let me kind of show you how it looks so far. And again, it is purple. We have some purple and lavender on our ribbons and some lavender and white. And then the fuchsia color has some flowers on there with the different colors that we're using as well. And this one, this mesh that I'm curling now, it's one of the ones with the metallic striped edge. I think we have a few left on the shop for that. Let's see what's next. This one. Okay, if you're enjoying the tutorial, you don't forget to give us thumbs up and to share the link with your friends and family. That helps the growth of our channel. Yes, all of the ribbons I'm using are wired. I rarely use the ones without the wires. When I use them, it's usually just to make a little, like some streamers or make some small bows to attach to the wreath. Or with the swag or whatever I might be working on. I almost did some bows for this. And I pulled some of the ones that I have without the wires, and then I was like, no. I think I'll go with knots. So another way you could do it is actually shape your ribbons. Do that curl by running your finger under it and having your others on top. And then placing it on your wonderful creation. Either way, once we're on here, we gotta do some shaping, so. And this one, well, they both are, but this one is a thicker canvas. This one is a lighter canvas, the one with the butterflies. The polka dot one is a much thicker canvas with the small one with the polka dots. Okay, one more up to this and we'll be cutting some florals. And I mentioned earlier, you could also, if you want to concentrate florals just in the middle, you could also put that floral styrofoam in the middle and secure it with some zip ties. And then you could insert your picks there to put it right in the middle. Okay, last one. Switch that. Let's see. Trying to spread my colors around. Don't mind me. Need to just leave it alone. Okay, so here we go. Let's see if we can lift it there. So we have all of our curls and ribbons on. And again, with this being the saddle one, you could fold it right around your mailbox on the top. It folds. So you can wrap it on and then just secure it with some zip ties. And it works, it works, it works. Okay, so here are the florals I mentioned. And this white one has a little bit of lavender right on the tip here. So we'll probably get these, just kind of alternate them. I like lifting my leaves. And that's because of the leaves that I decided against doing the lime. I was going to do that lime mesh instead of the purple, since the saddle is got purple stems. But it would have looked good with that as well, with doing lime. Oops. Guess it didn't like me just trying to move that up. Here we go. We're just going to fix it. They go back in. And all of these I got from the dollar store, Dollar Tree. So you don't have to spend a whole lot. To make something beautiful. And I'm just cutting about maybe 2 inches down We could always cut back some more, because the idea is just to kind of show some florals growing through our ribbons and everything. So it'll look like it's going right out of it, kind of like we do with when we do it with the bows. Want to make sure that everything looks like it's part of the florals. I'll try not to be as rough with this one. Thought I was being pretty gentle. It's just got some grooves on here that is preventing the leaves from coming up, and I want them all the way up. To me, it just looks better. Definitely handy to have some wire cutters in your craft room. So I think, if I remember, we have 5 of each when I counted these. So we have 6 of the purple and 6 of the white. So we'll only need 5 and 5. I might actually put them all around. Hey, these are moving a lot faster. A lot easier. And again, if we need to cut them some more to make them smaller, depending on the spacing we have, we can definitely do that again. I'm just trying to get them all ready, since I didn't get to prep prior to. And that way, this way, you can kind of see the way that I prep the florals, if you haven't seen any of those tutorials before. If you haven't and you need to see that a little bit slower, or just with different ideas that we do, I definitely recommend seeing some of my other tutorials with florals. I'm cutting some short, some longer. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing with these. I'm going to cut these a little bit longer. Looks like I'm missing a yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we have 5, so we're good. Don't know what happened to that other set. Okay, how are we doing out there? Let me know if any questions. Even if you're watching this as a replay, if you're not here live, you could put the question via comment. I do check the videos periodically, just to check on comments, and I could always answer your question after. So in case you're not catching this live, it's okay. I can still get to your questions later. Okay. Almost there. And I think what we'll do for time's sake is position these. So still have the battery charging for my Ryobi glue gun. Oops, I did it again. Let me slow down. Okay, we still have 5. Let's move those out of the way. And I keep saying 5 because we have 10 stems on this saddle form. So we can always combine or alternate to save on our florals. I'll leave that handy. Okay, so here we go. So the thought is, where's my, I think I want to do, I'm undecided again. Let's see. So the idea here is to have some florals just coming out through the stems and with the florals. Whichever color we feel we still need. And then just alternate. And these are wired as well, so that also helps with kind of moving them around. Do some green with the next one. Hi, Hyla. How are you? Just being stubborn. There we go. Trying not to ruin the floral. It's a little too long. And I'm just alternating our colors around. And I guess I'll go glue them here in a bit. This is to kind of help us decide. Just make sure that we like where we have our florals. And like I mentioned, since I'm waiting on the glue gun battery to charge up, that way you can still see what it looks like even though we may not get to glue them together while we're on camera. And if we want to add some more, once we have these on, we can definitely do that. And because these are wired, you can kind of move them around as well. Oh, thank you, Hyla. And I'm using the stems in case you're wondering why I'm kind of trying to poke, because once we glue, we want to have that stem for extra security on here to make sure that our florals won't go anywhere. So it's like double security. And I'm not using too much of the white because we already have white on the ribbons and we have the polka dots and the florals. So in case you're wondering, I think we have plenty of white. That's why I'm not using these. To cut this one. Okay, looks like 1 or 2 more. Ah, glad you like them. It's being stubborn. There we go. Yep, this one's kind of long too. And all I do, I just kind of twist that the end of it so I can get it into that stem. That's what I was saying, it's kind of like double security. So you have it inside with the stem, and then if you do the glue, if you have your glue gun, or just lost my, it's behind me, can't think of the word right now. If you don't have either of those ready, you can kind of still secure things. All right, so there we go. And if we want to add more florals, we have plenty of florals, but this is what I had in mind. Let me go ahead and lift it a little bit too. It looks like some of our poofs are trying to get twisted there. Well, we get the gist. Alrighty, so there's a quick, beautiful spring mailbox swag. And then you can shape it more if you need to wrap it around your mailbox, or if you're going to be using it on your tabletop, depending on where you're going to put it. Oops, need to bring it more so you can see it all. There we go. Yes. Want to make sure nothing comes off. And these, they're just styrofoam, but they sell them already put together at the dollar store. They have them in different colors, and they change them up depending on the season too. So quick and easy and inexpensive to do. So thank you, Monica. All right. Aw, thank you. Glad you like it. Glad you like it. Thought it would give it a little bit of pop of different colors. You know, spring. Gotta do spring. Thank you so much for joining me, ladies. I know you're experts, so you probably have no questions. But if you do, let me know if I happen to miss it. If we get disconnected once the stream finishes, I'll definitely get back to you once I check on comments and different things. But let me know if anything comes up or any questions or anything. But I hope you enjoyed it. This is why I kind of do the little curls, because they almost look like flowers when you look at them like from the top view and kind of looking all of the different angles. So it just kind of gives it more oomph. I've been on a curl kick. But thank you again for joining. Don't forget, thumbs up, share with friends and family. And we'll be back on Friday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll see you then. Until then, you stay safe, keep creating, and stay liquid. Bye-bye.